We are at the racetrack that created history for India in the world of motorsports. That's right, you guessed it, we are at the one and only F1 track, the Buddh International Circuit. And obviously, we're going to drive a car with blistering pace. And it's not a sports car. You guessed it right, it's the all-electric Kia EV6. Now, we all know that EVs have this unadulterated blistering pace. So why not drive it at a racing track? Okay, now enough of the pleasantries. We're going to talk about the 5 things about this car. Some quirky features and maybe some things that could have been better. Well, let's find out. Oh yes, and I am Arup and welcome to Express Drives. So I'm going to throw some technical specs at you, and just to make sure that I get the figures right, I have my phone with me. To start off with, the EV6 bookings will start from May 26th, and in India it will only be available in the GT line variant. But the GT line variant will offer 2 different batteries, the 58 kilowatt hour one, and the other one is the top of the line one, the one that we have with us, that is the 77.4 kilowatt hour. Now, this car is powered by 2 motors and has an output of 320 bhp and a massive torque output of 605 Nm. Now, another thing that really stands out about this car is its fast charging capacity. Now, if you come across a 50 kilowatt DC charger, well, then it takes roughly 73 minutes, yeah, to be precise, 73 minutes to charge from 10% to 80%. This has to be one of the most gorgeous looking vehicles that I have seen, and that is not barring just EVs, even ICE vehicles altogether. Because of its low slung road presence, it kind of looks like a sports car, but then on top of that, it's got that very aggressive looking front grille. The front face is called digital tiger face. That's what Kia likes to call it, and you can see its unique looks and design. It's got these really long and sweeping LED headlamps, and if you look a bit closer here, it also has this fin-like grille, which again adds to that aggressiveness. Now, this bonnet also has been specifically designed so that it is a lot more aerodynamic, and of course you can see the character lines which are really protruding. The side profile itself is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of a skateboard because it is extremely long, and then the rear part kind of juts out with a very sharp, jagged kind of a design. Now, when you look at the wheels, these are 19-inch alloy wheels. They look really smart, and yes, in the international market you get like 20-inch alloy wheels and bigger, but that is a good thing for Indian roads because then that would create a lot of road noise. For me, the rear design has to be the best part about this car. This car definitely looks spaceship-like, but the rear gives you that very sporty notchback sort of a feel, and you have this fin-like rear spoiler which doubles up as your LED rear tail lamp as well. So it just runs across pretty much everything, and if you see this jeweled part, this actually is the indicator. It's extremely sophisticated looking, and if you take 5 seconds and think which car does it look like, can you tell us? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's an Aston Martin. Well, that is all about the design. Now let's talk about its quirky features. Now, there are a couple of things that we felt that could have been a bit better. Not criticizing, just highlighting a couple of facts. Starting with the boot space. You just press the button and it opens, and the same thing, if you click it again, hold on to the button, it shuts. So the capacity, the luggage capacity is 520 liters, which is honestly very decent space. It's quite wide as well, so you can put your luggage in. But the problem I have here is that you have a floor which you can open, and you have another set of storage area. Now, the problem here is if you opt for the top of the line version, which comes with a 14 speaker Meridian system, well, the subwoofer comes here. So your space actually reduces to more or less like a shelf. So additional space, yes, but not really that much. Anyways, let's check out some other features. Now the other problem that we had was the blind spot. Now it is quite evident because it's got this scooping C pillar which does kind of limit your vision. Not to forget that it also has 3 headrests in the back. But the good thing is that it does come with blind spot detection, so you are kind of sorted, but you have this reflex of your own and you want to look into the inside mirror and check, well, it becomes very limited. Also the A pillar is a bit thick, so you got to keep an eye out there as well, because it does also offer a bit of a blind spot. Now, as spacious as it looks from outside, honestly I feel it is a lot more savvy from the inside. It has this twin 12.3-inch displays, one for the infotainment system and the other one's the digital instrument cluster right here. First and foremost, this massive display, it has this additional coating, so even if I take my sunglasses off and the sunlight is falling, it doesn't reflect. So that is a very, very practical thing that they have done. And then on top of that, how intuitive is it? Man, it is just like as if you're, swiping your smartphone. It is that intuitive. It is so easy. The usability is just so user-friendly. It's amazing. It has everything that you're looking at. The connectivity feature, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's got the works. What is really interesting here is that it comes with a virtual HVAC control which doubles up as your entertainment systems shortcuts also. So you have your map, navigation, you can control your your music, which track you want to play or what mode of music are you looking at, media, radio, the works you have right here. But these are all touch buttons, or rather it's a touch screen, and of course you have your HVAC when you just press this and it transforms into your HVAC control. You have 2 cup holders, one is a shallow one is a bit deeper. You've got your armrest and then you have that additional space here. What is even better is that you have space right here. So let's say if you have a small bag or maybe your personal device like an iPad or something, you can easily slot it right here. In terms of connectivity, you've got your charger options also here, USB and Type-C. Now let's find out about the space for the rear passenger, because this car's length is over 4.6 meters. So it should be very promising, but then let's check it out. Just to show how much space this cabin has for the rear passengers, let me just show it to you. Yeah, see? That is what you call spacious cabin. And it comes with nice, very supportive seats. These are reclinable. You can recline them. The levers on the side there. So yeah, and if you want to push it back, so there's a lot of comfort there. In terms of your connectivity, it is no, it's actually here. It's very smartly done by Kia. So it's merged here in the seats, and you have obviously an armrest, but it also has this frame here. So you can remove it and it becomes a storage place, and if you pull forward it becomes your cup holders. A very smart thing, a simple function but definitely very practical. So what about the person sitting in the middle? Well, let's see. The floor is extremely flat, so he has or she has a lot of space for the legs. The seat is flat as well, and so again there is predominantly enough space for 3 adults. That's right, 3 adults. So this is a really good place to be in. You've got your AC vents here on the B pillar, and like an aeroplane, it also has this slot right here. Yeah, so we really have no complaints at all with the cabin space, so we give it a thumbs up. Now, if you had a long week and you're stuck in deadlines and projects and didn't get the time to recharge your EV, well, the EV6 takes care of your needs. You can go to a charging station, plug it on, and let it charge. As we mentioned before, that from 70 to 80% it can do the charge by around 73 minutes. So what do you do then? Well, there's a button in the side and you just press it, and it's called relaxation seats. Now what is it all about? Well, take a look. It folds back, lets you relax, and while the car is charging, you can take a quick snooze. What do you think? I think it's a pretty nifty feature, but my only issue here is the headrest. I wish that could have gone back a bit further, but apart from that, yeah, I'm all set to take a quick snooze. The EV6 comes with another very smart feature. Now they call it vehicle to load. Now what does that mean? It's actually quite an interesting feature. It comes with plug point right here. Now what it does is you can plug in your laptop or your any other personal device and charge it. And the other thing is you can even attach home appliances. Believe it or not, yes, you can. I don't know who does this, but if you go in the outdoors or something, and if you're also carrying your microwave oven, you can just plug it in. So we are finally now driving on the track, and as we mentioned earlier, its power output is quite phenomenal, like roughly 320 bhp and a massive 600 Nm of torque. That is something, and we did put it to the test, of course, because that's why we are here in the track, and we managed to touch 193 kilometers per hour. That's quite impressive, but you can't really be so surprised because there is no lag in an electric car, so there's a picks up speed like that spontaneously. But what is impressive is its braking capacity. The system it has, it now comes in two modes. The eco mode, which is perfect for your daily commute in the city, and if you want to push the car a bit and if you're driving a bit fast, then we suggest you opt for the sport brake mode. Now that is just really phenomenal stuff, because it has that additional bite and it stops where it's supposed to stop. It doesn't have that vague spongy sort of a feeling that many EVs do have. So you feel like as if you're in total control of the car, and you feel safe at the same time. Now speaking about being in total control, this car also manages really good when it comes to handling department, because it's like an arrow, you just point it and it just goes and carves through the turn. There is no lean, there's no scary lean or body roll, and that just gives you a lot more confidence. And again, because it's an electric, it enters and exits corners with more or less the same pace. It all depends on how much you put pressure on the pedal, that's it. So it's that easy to use, it has that much power, it offers so much more control. When it comes to ride quality, yeah, that is a bit of a question mark for us, because we're driving on the track and we all know the track is extremely flat. But also Kia is well known for setting up the suspension setup on a firmer side. And the little that we did drive just outside the track, the ditches were, you could feel the ditches a bit, but nothing so firm, nothing so uncomfortable. It still feels very, it still manages to neutralize all that. Yes, when you come across a deep pothole, you gotta be a bit careful, but not because of the ground clearance, because it has fairly decent ground clearance, around 178 mm. That is again very decent. Of course, it is packed with the state-of-the-art safety features. It actually comes with your active safety features like forward collision avoidance assist, so it not only stops automatically when it senses an object in front of you. It can be a car, it can be a pedestrian, it could even be a cyclist. And there are a lot of other additional features like lane assist, and you also have emergency braking system as well. That is extremely important. Then it also has dynamic cruise control, so you can set up the car within 100 kilometers per hour, and it'll cruise based on whatever speed you have chosen. And if any object does come, it can start, stop, slow down by itself. So yeah, it comes with the usual shebang. And oh yes, before we forget, this car actually comes with 8 airbags, not 6, 8 airbags. It actually comes with 2 additional airbags right here between the 2 front passenger seats, so that when there's a collision, well, guys don't bang into each other. So that's a very smart and a safe feature which the EV6 has. So we finally finished driving the Kia EV6, and it is a stupendously amazing car. We would love to, drive it on the roads in the city and do a proper road test. If you're in the market for an EV, man, this is the car to buy. It has its looks, it's got that fast charging ability, power, it's like sublime power, technology right up there. You will not find any flaws at all. It is comfortable, plenty of space. Yeah, the only thing is, what's the price? Well, that is going to be an expensive proposition because it is going to be a CBU. But, well, you can't win them all now, can you? But if you do get your hands on this car, or if you get an opportunity to test drive this car, please do so. And if you have not already subscribed our channel, then please do so and click on the bell icon so that you are always informed with the latest videos.